The 5th of June, Rabbi Furst, Havos Halavovos. So I've got some remodeling going on in my kitchen, so I'll be in and out. I'll try to listen as much as I can.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see, by reviewing the contents, okay, of the prayer, Billy Ba in one's heart, one would show his shvilut is lowering, his lowliness, I guess, before Hashem.
Right. That's very good.
Okay. Wow.
That's an important ingredient in our prayers. Our prayers have to be done with the perspective of our mundane lowliness, that being of flesh and blood, that we want to even think about approaching Kadosh Baruch Hu, that should be done with a lot of respect and humility.
Okay. Very good. Excuse me. Ulefi, Shahaya, am I in the right place?
Yeah, Lefi Shehaisa Maksheves Halev.
Oh, Makshevet Halev. Okay. Meet Apechet Arbe. Okay, and this thinking, Makshevet, I guess, of the heart, is
No, Lefi Shehaisa Maksheves Halev Misafekes Harbe. That since the thoughts of a person, they change greatly. Person's thoughts are not something which is static. Person's mind is always occupied with various different thoughts, and they're always changing, not remaining fixed. In fact, it's a difficult thing to concentrate on one thing. Especially in these generations. I was at a chasana last week, so I made comments to several people sitting at the chasana. I told them to pay attention. They didn't have a live band at the chasana. They had what they call a DJ. You know that these guys DJs.
Yep.
Disc jockey.
Yeah. So I took out my watch and I was timing it. And when I got a couple of verifications, I told some of the people I was sitting with, listen to what he's playing. I told him the average length of the songs and the nuginim that he was playing was about 30 seconds. He would do 30 seconds was tops for how long the niggun was playing. 30 seconds. That was it. After that, I had to switch.
Wow, that's amazing.
If you want to drive someone from the younger generation crazy, just repeat yourself for more than 30 seconds and they'll go crazy. They can't handle it. Overload. They can't concentrate. Got to move on. So, anyways, what's happening? What can I say?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to change the traffic lights to switch every 30 seconds because people won't be able to concentrate on the red light soon. Anyway, I'm not in charge of traffic. Okay, let's continue on. But that's what he's saying here. since the thoughts of the person's heart change rapidly, they change very quickly, very, very frequently.
Right. Okay. Ve'ein la kiyama lemehirut avor hahirhurim al hanefesh.
Ein la hima, the mehir is over, and Yehurim al nefesh, and there's no permanence because of the quickness by which the thoughts pass by a person.
Wow.
Very hard to concentrate. Very hard.
It's like the expression go in one ear and out the other ear.
That's right.
Okay.
Very good.
Haya kashe aleha l'sader inyanei tefillah meyatzma, just what you were saying. It's difficult to put order in the concepts of the prayer of himself.
Right. If a person would be left to his own devices to arrange and to pray without a standard framework, it'd be very difficult for a person to give any type of permanence to such an arrangement. So therefore, what in response to this situation, what happened?
Okay. So tiknu otam raboteinu zikronam livracha b'milim mitukanot. Oh, so the rabbis put together the words, the fixed words, I guess, mitukanot. Okay. Yisadreim ha'adam b'lishono. So that they would be in the order, the man for his words, for his language, I guess.
Yisadrim will show them, right? It would be
Okay.
They established these words in a proper formation and arranged it for a person so he should be able to say it, to say it.
Proper formation. Okay. Let's see. Mipnei shemachshevet hanefesh holechet achar hama'amar v'nimshechet el hadibor. So his heart goes after what he says, I guess.
Right.
And
Lefi shemaksheves hanefesh holches acher hamaimer v'nimsheches acher hadibor. This is an important statement here. Now, he's laying down a principle that the thoughts of a person go after what is said and are drawn after what is spoken.
wow.
That
How does that work if he's saying Hebrew but he doesn't understand it?
no, that's why we have a lot of Siddurim in English and French, German, right, Persian. That you have a opportunity to learn the translation and gradually integrate it. Should be integrated. If a person was given a position, he was chosen to be the United States ambassador for Burma. So slowly and surely he would learn how to speak Burmese. No, he may not be expert in Burmese, but if that was his position to be an ambassador to Burma, it would make part of his success in fulfilling his obligations to learn Burmese.
I think I said this before, but this reminds me of my seventh grade science teacher who always
Yeah.
said, engage mind before mouth.
Yeah.
So this is sort of reminding me of that, the contemplation of the words that we say.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, very important. So,
Okay.
okay.
Let's see the next paragraph. Hayta tefillah milot ve'inyanim. Okay. So the prayers can have words and ideas, I guess, meaning hamilot tzrichim el ha'inyan, that the words need to have a meaning. The ha'inyan eino tzarich el hadibor, but the uh, meaning needs no words.
Um, Haisat Hatfila Milos Binyanim. Prayer, what prayer is, our prayer consists of words and concepts.
Words and concepts. Okay. V'ha'inyan eino tzarich el hadibor. But the meaning needs no words, I guess. K'she'efshar l'sadro b'lev, because it's what the order in the heart, I guess.
Yeah, let's look at this again. Vamilos tzrichos el ha'inyan, ba'inyan el tzorech el dibor. The words require the concept. The words require the concept. The concept ain't it tzricha el hadibor, and the concepts are only require the speech, the dibor.
Oh,
I'm not sure what that means exactly. I'm not sure what he's getting at.
wow. Okay, so let's see. El hadibor k'she'efshar l'sadro b'lev. Oh, because of the order in the heart. Okay. Kihu ikar kavanatenu, because that's the essence of our intention, I guess. What's in the heart. V'alav mishan megamatenu. And well, I'm not sure what this is.
Um, that when it is possible that they can be arranged in a person's mind, that is the primary uh, concentration that a person is supposed to have, to focus these words and arrange them properly in his heart, in his mind.
Okay, very good. Okay. Hello, tireh mashamru rabotenu. For we see the what the rabbis of blessed memory said. The eight hadachok at a time of
Um,
pressure, I
hope,
guess.
uh,
What?
like emergency
Oh, emergency.
or need.
Okay, so this is from Brachot. Valkeri meharher b'libo, ve'ein mevarech lo lefaneha velo la'achareha. So let's see. translation says a man who experiences seminal emission Mevarech lo lefaneha. Oh, they know. And doesn't say, I guess, a bracha.
Right. This is discussing the Gemara in brachas. Al keri maharabali va'enev mevorach lo v'nefnech arech. First, at the time of the Gemara, if a person hadn't gone to the mikveh, so it would be also for him to make a bracha. So therefore, he is believe. He only thinks about it in his heart. He doesn't enunciate the words through the bracha, neither a bracha beforehand or afterwards.
Oh, okay. Is that like the bracha before the Shema and after the Shema? Maybe.
I believe so. Yeah, I think it's talking about the bracha Shema, right?
Okay. Let's see. V'hitiru l'katzer b'inyane hatfilah v'tefilat kitzara. Okay, and it's permitted to shorten, I guess, the concept of the prayer in a shortened prayer. Okay, well, let's finish the paragraph. Ve'ilu hayu hamilim ikar hatfilah. And it's the words that are the essential part of prayer. Lo haya mutar lanu lekatzran b'shum panim. It's not permitted for us to shorten them b'shum panim. Not sure what that is. B'shum panim.
But in any case, shum panim means
Oh, in any case. Okay.
Right. So that the so there at the time of in the Gemara, hatir lakatsa inyane hatvila, that they in terms of at the time of the Gemara, they were permitted to shorten the various different details of the prayers by saying what they call a shortened tefillah. And these are the primary words of them. I mean, they distilled the primary words of the prayers to what they call the tefillah ketzara. But we, on our own, once we have a fixed format for our prayers, we cannot now start editing and revising and certainly shortening anything that we have from what we have given to us from previous generations.
Okay, but we're not permitted. Okay. Okay, so the next paragraph, well, for me anyway. Cain, tikain achi, inyan tefilatacha bil libacha, v'ashvehu im diburecha. Okay, so therefore, fix my brother, literally, okay. The concept of prayer in your heart, vashvehu, and the I guess the meaning with your words. Okay.
Right. And so therefore, he's trying to give us some advice here that since we can't shorten the prayers from what we've been given, right? So therefore, a person should prearrange for himself the aspects of his prayers in his heart, the Heshvu, and they should be made equal. They should be the same as what he's saying, meaning align your thoughts to what your lips are saying.
Ah, that's good.
And a couple of times, Shimon,
No, I said that's very
the couple
thoughtful.
of times the Kohen Baruch gave it Eitzah. You go ahead, Mary. Explain yourself. What do you mean?
No, it's what he's saying is very helpful, but in our minyanim today, the davening goes so quickly that it's very difficult to do this concept of aligning your thoughts with what you're saying.
Right. So here, look, there is a double-edged sword that you're dealing with when you're davening. That, as you mentioned, when you're davening with a minyan, many times the minyan is not going to be according to the speed that you need to really truly appreciate the words you're saying. I mean, in other words, the minyan goes too fast.
Right.
On the other hand, if the minyan would go intentionally slow, it would also have ramifications which would not be good because it may be too burdensome for people. Many people would not have the patience. As I said to you a few minutes ago, the average songs that these chasanas last about 30 seconds. People cannot cut. Right?
I hear.
So you're risking maybe even not having a minyan. People may drop out of the minyan. They may not come, right? So you try and have a minimal amount of time and a minimal amount of kavanah, and whatever you can do more than that, very good. But in terms of dealing with the tzibur, the congregation, so you have to be very careful who and what you have in your general minyan, and if that's going to honestly help. So it's hard. It's very hard. That's why I was saying the Chavetz Chaim had a very big piece of advice to give it to everybody who's trying to work on his kavanah in davening. Meaning, whenever you come to a new bracha, right, refe'enu. So rather than allowing yourself just to simply slide directly, automatically, from one bracha to the next bracha, Chavetz Chaim Zechron Bracha suggests take a moment before you start that bracha refe'enu and skim over the words with your eyes. Don't say anything. Skim over the words with your eyes and try and focus on the general needs and points that the bracha is mentioning. And once you have that as a preparation for your saying that bracha, then begin to say the bracha, and that'll help you focus on the proper intention, kavanah you're supposed to have with saying that bracha, and then go on to the next bracha. Before you start the bracha, take a moment or two and just skim over the words with your eyes, thinking about what the things you're going to be saying, and then focus on that as you begin to say the words. And it works very well to help you focus on your prayers.
So how do you balance that with the fact that when I do that, I miss kedusha.
So if you're in the middle of your prayers, so all you have to do is listen to the shots from what he's saying, and it's considered as if you're saying it as well. So it could be true that you're missing Kedusha. So you have one option is what in which you're supposed to do that anyway. If you're in the middle, if you're middle of your Shmon Esrei and the congregation gets up to Kedusha, you're supposed to stop, pay attention to what the Shatz is saying. Don't say anything, but just pay attention, and that's considered as if you said it yourself, and then continue on.
So that's preferred
Another,
to finishing faster.
again, it's hard to say which is more proper to do. Very hard to say which is more proper. The other option you have is not it's not always able to be done, but if there's another minion following your minion, you have the option to listen to the Chazoras shots of the minion coming after yours, or if there's a minion beforehand, answer a kedusha and to main to the brachas of the minion previous to yours or the minion following yours. That's a little more difficult to implement, though.
Right.
You may not have that much time available to you in the morning. But it's a common problem. It's not a new problem. Okay.
Okay, so then it goes on. V'kavein bahem kavana achat lelokim. So you should have both, I guess, the words and the thoughts intended to Hashem. Ufanei gufecha mikol to nu otecha. Okay, and I guess release your body from all movements. Ukishur hushecha v'rayonecha mehit asek kadavar medivrei haolam im hatfilah. And kishur, that's to tie yourself, to tie
Right. That you would have to the kivan behem kavana akas lilokim. It should be one concentrated thought towards the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hona gufka mikol tenuaseka. You should free, literally free your body from all movements. Meaning you shouldn't be doing anything except standing Shmona Esrei. Shouldn't be doing anything with your hands, with your feet, with the rest of your body, right? Sometimes you see people, they're in the middle of the davening, they start cleaning their glasses. Now, if a person has to sneeze or cough, that's another thing. But sometimes they start twirling their payas. Sometimes they get a call on their phone and they take a look who's calling them, right? So no. You should free your body from all movements, right? The kosher choshcha v'rayonecha is asek b'devar b'divrei ha'olam im hatefila. And kosher, and you should little like bind up your your intentions and your thoughts from all activities of a worldly nature with your prayers. I mean, these things should be thrust away. All connections to your heart and thoughts of having to do with your mundane activities, they should be thrown away, cast off from your prayers. He's going through a lot of detail and giving you a lot of advice how to try and have pure and clear prayers as much as possible.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess today good. So Yom Rishon will continue Yom Rishon Bez Hashem. Tomorrow, I guess 9:30 at on Chumash, if you like, Bez Hashem.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
We'll continue in a few moments with the Mishnah Berurah. We'll take a short break and hope to see you soon, Bez Hashem.
Great.